Long before red carpets and Humanitarian awards, Angelina Jolie was a little girl growing up in the shadow of a broken family. Her parents, actress Marceline Bertrand and actor Jon Voight, separated when she was very young. What followed was not the glamorous Hollywood childhood people imagine, but a life shaped by uncertainty. Her mother worked tirelessly to raise Angelina and her brother on her own, often juggling financial worries while trying to provide emotional stability. Jolie watched her mother sacrifice dreams and opportunities just to keep their small family afloat. Even as a child, she understood that the absence of her father left a quiet ache in their home. Those early experiences formed the emotional landscape of her youth, one where love was strong but resources were limited. It was a childhood that would later shape both her resilience and her deep empathy for people facing hardship around the world. Feeling like an outsider. School years were not easy for Angelina. At Beverly Hills High School, she often felt out of place among the children of Hollywood's elite. Tall, thin, and strikingly different from her peers, she struggled with confidence and self-image. While the world would later celebrate her unique features, during her teenage years, those same traits made her feel isolated. Jolie has spoken openly about feeling like the strange kid who didn't quite belong anywhere. The contrast between Hollywood's glamorous image and her own insecurities created a complicated relationship with fame long before she ever achieved it. Yet, in those quiet years of uncertainty, she discovered a powerful outlet: performance. Acting allowed her to step outside her own feelings and inhabit other lives, other emotions. It was not simply a career path. It was a form of expression that helped her make sense of the complicated world she was growing up in. Finding her voice. Through acting, Angelina's journey into acting became more serious when she began studying at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. There, she learned to channel intense emotions into performance. Acting gave her structure and purpose, helping her transform personal struggles into creative energy. Early roles were small and often overlooked, but they were important stepping stones. Each audition, each minor role was a chance to prove that she was more than just the daughter of a famous actor. Determined to build her own identity, she worked steadily through the early 1990s, developing a reputation for intensity and authenticity. Directors noticed that she brought a raw, emotional honesty to her characters. She wasn't trying to mimic Hollywood glamour. She was trying to tell real stories through performance. That authenticity would soon become her signature, setting her apart in an industry that often values polish over vulnerability. The breakthrough that changed everything. Jolie's career began gaining real momentum with the film Hackers in 1995. While the movie itself was not a major box office hit, it introduced audiences to an actress with undeniable presence. Her bold energy and unconventional style made people take notice. The industry quickly realized she was not interested in fitting into traditional molds. Instead, she leaned into roles that explored complex personalities and emotional depth. The late 1990s became a turning point as she moved from emerging talent to a serious performer. Casting directors recognized that she could bring intensity to characters who were complicated, rebellious, or misunderstood. This ability to portray emotional extremes made her stand out in Hollywood. What followed was a series of performances that would firmly establish her as one of the most compelling actresses of her generation. Award-winning recognition. Two projects elevated Jolie to international recognition: Gia and Girl, Interrupted. In Gia, she portrayed the troubled supermodel Gia Karangi, delivering a performance praised for its emotional depth. The role earned her a Golden Globe Awards win and proved she could carry complex dramatic material. The following year, her performance in Girl, Interrupted brought her the Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress. At just 24 years old, she had become one of Hollywood's most talked-about talents. The win solidified her place in the industry and opened the door to major film opportunities. Yet fame also brought intense scrutiny. Media attention followed her every move, often focusing more on her personal life than her craft. Despite that pressure, Jolie continued to pursue challenging roles that allowed her to explore deeper emotional stories on screen. Humanitarian work on the global stage. Angelina's humanitarian journey expanded when she became a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Through this role, she traveled to regions affected by conflict and displacement, meeting refugees and learning about the challenges they faced. Over time, these visits became a central part of her life. She met with families rebuilding their lives after war, spoke with international leaders, and used her global platform to draw attention to humanitarian crises. Unlike many celebrity ambassadors who make occasional appearances, Jolie immersed herself deeply in the work. She spent extended time in refugee camps and advocated for stronger international support systems. Her commitment eventually led to her appointment as a special envoy to the UNHCR. By bringing media attention to overlooked global issues, she demonstrated how celebrity influence could be used as a force for awareness and advocacy rather than simply publicity. A family built across continents. As her humanitarian work grew, so did her family. Angelina eventually became the mother of 6 children, including Zahara Marley Jolie Pitt, Pax Thien Jolie Pitt, Shiloh Jolie, and twins Knox Leon Jolie Pitt and Vivienne Marceline Jolie Pitt. The family became known for its multicultural background and strong emphasis on education and empathy. Jolie often spoke about raising her children with awareness of global cultures and social responsibility. Her home environment focused on creativity, languages, and understanding the world beyond Hollywood. Parenting such a large family came with challenges, especially under constant public attention. Yet Jolie frequently emphasized that motherhood remained the center of her life. Every decision, from where to live to which projects to pursue, was shaped by what she believed would create stability for her children. For her, family was not just a personal commitment, it was the foundation upon which everything else was built. Love and the world's most watched relationship. In the mid-2000s, Jolie began a relationship with actor Brad Pitt, whom she met while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Their partnership quickly became one of the most talked-about relationships in entertainment. Fans and media alike referred to them as Brangelina, a couple whose combined influence reached far beyond film. Together, they supported numerous charitable initiatives and raised their growing family while balancing demanding careers. Their eventual marriage in 2014 seemed to mark a new chapter for both of them. For years, they were viewed as a powerful partnership, 2 internationally recognized actors using their visibility to support humanitarian causes. Yet even the most admired relationships can face challenges behind the scenes. Maintaining privacy, raising children, and managing public expectations proved complex for a couple whose lives were constantly in the spotlight. Health choices that sparked global conversation. In 2013, Jolie made headlines for a deeply personal decision. She underwent preventive surgery after learning she carried a mutation of the BRCA1 gene, which significantly increases the risk of breast and ovarian cancer. Her choice to have a preventive double mastectomy was publicly shared in an essay for the New York Times. By speaking openly about the experience, she helped millions of people understand the importance of genetic testing and proactive healthcare decisions. Medical experts later described a global rise in awareness about hereditary cancer risks, sometimes referred to as the Angelina effect. Jolie emphasized that the decision was about protecting her future and being present for her children. Her openness turned a deeply personal medical journey into an educational moment that empowered many families to have conversations about health, prevention, and informed medical choices. Life after the spotlight storm. In recent years, Angelina Jolie has taken a quieter approach to public life. She continues to act and direct films, but she places greater emphasis on advocacy and family. As her children grow into adulthood, she has spoken about the bittersweet experience of watching them pursue their own paths. The intense spotlight that once followed her every move has softened slightly, allowing her more privacy than during the height of her fame. Yet she remains an influential voice on humanitarian issues, women's health, and global responsibility. Looking back at her journey, from a complicated childhood to international recognition and global activism, Jolie's story reflects resilience more than glamour. It is a reminder that even people who appear powerful or successful face personal challenges. What often defines them is not perfection, but the ability to learn, adapt, and continue moving forward with purpose.